Welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us, viewers. Straight into the current affairs news, Trinidad and Tobago. The Division of Education, Research and Technology has assured that all 57 schools under its purview, as well as the Roxborough Trade Center, will be ready to receive staff and students on Monday, 8 September 2025. This year, school repair program was backed by a $20 million budget and prioritized 26 schools for urgent works. Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Zoraisha Hackett, said all 26 schools are either fully ready or in the final stage of preparations and will open as scheduled. This assurance comes one day after the Ministry of Education confirmed that all schools in Trinidad are also set to open on Monday. So Trinidad and Tobago, it's Thursday night. We just have a few days again before school open, or the educational system in Trinidad and Tobago sets to open on the 8th of September. That is our schooling, viewers. So kids will be going back to school, and I want to tell the parents and them, try and not to bully your child. Because you know we have some parents who just want to be like, hey, do this and hey, do that and hey, make sure this there and that there. And you need, no. Take your time, address your child accordingly, and don't put fear into them. Because on Monday the 8th, children will be going up, students will be going to a new class and a new school. So be gentle with your kids. Don't put fear into them, and just tell them everything is going to be okay. One step at a time, one day at a time, and you're going to make it. That is what you're going to tell them. You're going to encourage them. Switching gears, Trinidad and Tobago. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander has confirmed that the Port of Spain prison will be decommissioned and prisoners transferred to the maximum security prison in Aruca. The announcement came during a post-cabinet media briefing on September 4th. Given a history of the prison, Alexander stated that this cabinet has now made a historical decision. Alexander.
The Port of Spain prison was built in 1757. At the time when the prisons were referred to as a holding pen, underline the words holding pen. Long before light bulbs was even invented. Today, after 268 years later, the United National Congress government, led by the Honorable Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, has taken the historical decision to decommission the Port of Spain prison.
We'll be right back. Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we do apologize for that one. Nevertheless, listen to this, Listen to this. Alexander added that the facility has been condemned by the courts as being unfit for housing prisoners and has cost the state millions of dollars in damage for breaches of the constitutional rights of person. So here is Trinidad and Tobago. A bandit come inside your house, beat you, rob you, rape the females, bust up your head, leave your home. They violate your rights and your privacy. Good? And your constitutional freedom. So police did the investigation, capture them, went before the court, you probably get bail, went before the magistrate, sentence and time, they send you to prison. Boom, shut. You sue the state. Why? Because of breaches of your constitutional rights. Imagine that, Imagine that. Say you violate me. You breach my rights. You abuse me. You're trespassing my property. And when you go to prison now, you have a constitutional rights in prison. This is the reason why I tell you now. When you jump my fence, tell yourself you're going home to meet God. You jump my fence with an intention to degrade me, to abuse me, maybe to rape the females in the house. And then when you go outside now and police catch you and you go before the court and you end up in prison, it's a breach of your constitutional right as a bandit. Furthermore, he said, the prison is an I score. He also added that the government will invest in a new modern facility to house and rehabilitate the prisoners. Alexander.
This facility is an eyesore. When you come into Trinidad and Tobago on arrival here and you go to the city, people take you to the prison. They often ask you, you have persons in there? And the answer is yes. Rather than continuing paying compensation to prisoners for breach of the constitutional rights by housing them in facilities that is subhuman and degrading, the government will save money and invest instead in a state-of-the-art prison facility, modernized to assist in rehabilitation and restorative justice.
So now, viewers, as a result of this decision, the minister said the state will no longer need to pay the prisoners to house them in a subhuman and degrading facility. Alexander said the government has the support of the Chamber of Commerce and the business community within Port of Spain. Listen to this now.
We have the support of the Chamber and the business community in and around Port of Spain. This is long overdue. This will be done in four phases.
So viewers, Alexander said the government has the support. I don't know if it's moving the prisoners or shutting down the facility. But he said the move will be done in four phases and will see prisoners move to the MSP, that is maximum security prison in Aruca. Hear this now. You think it easy? You think it easy? You come and violate me. And then when you end up in prison now, it's degrading for you to stay. You can't sleep on the ground. I never send you there. I never send you there. I don't familiarize myself with that word in over there. You know, Shamfa, nobody lives there. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago. Nevertheless, this is why I just tell Trinidad and Tobago on my show. If you jump my fence, prepare to meet God. Because I didn't invite you. My dogs didn't invite you. My household didn't invite you. So as long as my gate closed and locked, and you inside my property, tell yourself you're going to meet God. Because the dogs will help you meet them faster. So as we move on tonight, Minister of Defense, Wayne Sturge, has agreed to the procurement and acquisition of 25 police mobile units, which would house joint operation for both the police and the defense force. He stated that these are mobile police units which comprise of 5 units which can sleep between 4 to 8 officers. Sturge.
Cabinet has agreed to the procurement and acquisition of 25 police mobile units, which in essence would house joint operations of both the police and the defense force. These mobile police units would comprise of 5 units which are similar in size to 20-foot containers, and these units can sleep 4 to 8 officers, and a further 20 units similar in dimension to 40-foot shipping containers, and these containers can sleep 6 to 12 officers.
Now viewers, the unit will be deployed with computer-enhanced policing visibility and aim to strengthen the presence of law enforcement in communities nationwide. Sturge added that these units will help in monitoring existing and trafficking in and out of various communities. Sturge.
Project, this first 25, would facilitate swift strategic deployment, as these units would be strategically placed in certain places around the country so that we can monitor exits and traffic going into and out of various communities, so that when there is an incident such as a shooting or a burglary or a murder, the security services would be better placed to respond rapidly.
So viewers, this would enhance and improve the detection of criminal activities, more particularly in certain types of trafficking and may very well amount to a deterrence. Data from CAPA agency of the police service shows which communities are in need of policing. Sturge added that this initiative is expected to be deployed in the coming months. The government will be looking to whoever is the entity best suited to construct and design that is favorable to taxpayers' interests. Imagine that, eh? But nevertheless, let's see some of the designs if they are going to throw it out in the public domain so that the public will have an opinion concerning these constructions. So viewers, before we go for that commercial break, I have to shout out a happy birthday to a very, very close friend of mine. Everybody know him as Raju Lalu. So Trinidad and Tobago, you have Raju? So viewers, we know this guy from Millennium Stars. Every time we have our entertainment on set here, this is the man, this be here, singing on almost every entertainment. Once Real Talk is keeping a live entertainment, this man is there. So tonight, I want to say a special happy birthday to Raju and hope he lives 100 years like me. And also my co-host when I am out the country. So I really want to wish him health and strength tonight, viewers, and long life. May his wife really take care of him. Also, viewers, I want to send a shout out to Sastri Harinarayan. I hope I pronounced the word correct. He's a special orthodontist. So Trinidad and Tobago, I went by this guy today. Here what happened, eh? He's the guy, you see the girl with the white, her hands is on his shoulder. That's him there, Dr. Sastri. Now, my son had an appointment. To do braces today. So, well, I was going to carry them on a vacation to Miami on Friday, right? Enjoy the weekend, and they would come back in time for school. So, nevertheless, we didn't have the appointment. We didn't have the appointment set for my son to do his braces. So I believe it was Tuesday, I went and booked a ticket for the family to fly out to Miami to enjoy the last of the vacation. And they will come back Sunday night or Monday for school. Boom, shot now. Sastri's office call. Saieed, bring small man tomorrow, which was today, for his braces appointment. So all right, no problem. Now my son them vex, because whole holiday them expected to fly out. Because I have some work I was finishing, and I said as soon as I finish that, we'll go for a vacation. A little 3 days, 4 days vacation, rock back a little bit. So presently, they are disappointed they didn't get to go to Miami for the vacation, but, listen to this, the braces that Sastri had put on, it is worth $70,000. And tonight, I really want to thank him. Put back on pictures, huh? I want to thank him tonight, viewers, and his team. Let me tell you something. They just really say when God can't come, he just send somebody, He said, God, let me tell you something. God will bless you in front of your enemies. Picture with the team. God is going to show people that I will bless you in front of your enemies. Trinidad and Tobago, hear this now. A $70,000 job. We got it for $35,000. He said, Saeed, I am doing this because of you. They sit down and take his time and watch this show. So tonight I want to big up his team for a job well done. My son said that there was no pain. He felt good. It just a little heaviness in him out and he okay with it. I really want to thank him tonight for a $70,000 job for $35,000. Trust me, that is amazing. And my son, instead of titanium, there's a new type of bracers that is recently on the market. Iconic. Is the new bracers, is the latest bracers they have on the market. And I really want to thank Sashi and his team tonight for a job well done. So my friend, thank you so much. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, Carl suspend flight to Caracas. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com. Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back.
So viewers, remember, I must remind you of Real Talk Financing. For the month of September, those who have decided to open a fixed deposit with us, I'm going to tell you something, you're going to get 6%. The reason why Real Talk Financing is offering you 6% is because we are in the 63rd year of being an independent country. And very soon in September, I believe we're going to be celebrating Republic, a Republic holiday in Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, get your 6% this month at Real Talk Financing when you open a fixed deposit. Remember, it's interest upfront, viewers. The only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago is offering you upfront interest. Remember that. So you can get in touch with me at 3391670 or 2386716. Come down, set up your fixed deposit, and go for a vacation with your interest up front. Or you could pay down on a car, you could buy school books, you could do house repairs, you could do a lot of things, viewers. A lot of things with your interest up front. So you don't have to wait 5 and 10 years. You collect it, your interest within 14 days of the date you set up your fixed deposit. So, moving into our news tonight, Caribbean Airlines has announced that temporary suspension on all flights between Trinidad and Caracas, Venezuela, for the month of September. The affected service includes flight BW300 and BW301 on September 6th, September 13th, September 20th, and September 27th. Passengers impacted by the suspension may rebook without charges fee or request refund through Caribbean Airlines call center or the ticket office or travel agents. The airline said all updates will be provided via its website and social media platforms. The decision comes against the backdrop of heightened tension between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela following a U.S. military strike on September 1st in the Southern Caribbean. The strike destroyed a vessel en route from Secure State to Trinidad, reportedly linking and killing 11 people. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has publicly supported the action, which was described as part of an ongoing regional anti-narcotics operation. So viewers, if you are traveling to Caracas, check the BW300 and the BW301. It has been cancelled. Call a good night. Hello?
I want to discuss a little here. We are seeing, the opposition, the outright support for the Maduro government, This government, that government in Venezuela, sir, it is not legitimate, because there was no free and fair elections there. If they say they have so much prosperity, why is it that so much Venezuelans are displaced in so much countries? And I can understand, the unflinching support that the PNM is giving to the Maduro government, and totally opposed to the U.S. If the U.S. cut off trade and business with us, that is the end of us. Secondly, I am seeing, like when this UNC government was in opposition, even now, because only recently they came to government, the corporation, they have been starved for funds, little things that they have to do, they are starved when the PNM was in power. Now that UNC is in power, when Kamla called, for a day of prayer, I think this is what this country needs, a lot of prayer. You see the PNM corporations, hosting, major celebrations, and yet their constituencies are crying out for basic things. This is the legacy of the PNM, to just spend and spend and spend. Why couldn't they be patriotic? The government is not that they're calling for something ridiculous, they're calling for a day of prayer and reflection. Why is it that they have to be so extravagant and then they go and say they don't have money and the supporter would cry? And thirdly, sir, I want to tell the press and the media tonight boldly, it is the United National Congress is in power. And yet you see sometimes they are going up only to the PNM. Is it that the PNM is financing them still? These are questions we must ask. Our government is on the right track to bring back this economy. And if the media is trying everything to bring the PNM back and for people to suffer, well then God help us. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, Beckers wants to know what arrangement Trinidad and Tobago has with the US. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back.
So viewers, opposition leader Penelope Beckles is urging government or urging Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar to clarify an agreement between Trinidad and Tobago and the United States regarding U.S. operation in the Southern Caribbean. Let's take a good listen at this.
If they are saying that they have an agreement with Trinidad and Tobago, I mean, our Prime Minister has to come out clearly and say that there is no agreement, that they have no discussions, and that what Senator Rubio is saying is not true. I mean, she has to say that, because other than that, we are wondering exactly, do they or do they not have an agreement?
Trinidad and Tobago, did we sign any agreement with the U.S.? Does this Prime Minister in Trinidad and Tobago sign any memorandum of understanding or any agreement with the United States? I want to publicly ask Penelope that. Who signed the agreement with the United States? Who? Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Great program as usual. So, as you said, you benefited so much from the orthodontist. And
we had a picture with
Hello?
Yeah, go right ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So, only when you do good things in life, as what you are doing, you will benefit. The divine being will bless you, richly bless you, that you will benefit so much from nature, from what exists in the world. These are laws of life. And I hope Gaveru, the Transport Commissioner, and the Alexander and these fellows will learn from how you benefit in life. So I want them to only do good things. Go out there and don't penalize their fellow citizens and punish their fellow citizens on the roadways and so on, giving them extortion tickets. And another thing, I am certain that you saw what happened and listened to the Justice Minister, the Venezuelan Justice Minister, what he said. That video was an AI-generated video. And not only him, the international community is saying that and condemn what happened. So we people here who is happy, 11 people dead, which was AI generated. Why they show the same anger for the people, those children and ladies who dying in the Gaza? So it shows the kind of people we are in this country. Every day, 50 children dying, 150 people dying in the Gaza. Nobody in this country is condemning anybody who sending arms and ammunition, bombs to kill them, or anything of its sort. Shame on us, people of this country. Wake up and only do the right thing. God will richly bless you all as Mr. Saieed here, right? Mr. Saieed, so God will richly bless you and your staff. You keep up the great work you are doing, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, Penelope wants Kamala Prasad come out and tell Trinidad and Tobago if there's any agreement. But the thing is, Penny, like she forgets, it is Dr. Rowley who signed an agreement with the United States. We have that? So viewers, Penelope called followers. A U.S. strike on a vessel suspected of carrying narcotics, which left 11 people dead. Beckles also criticized Police Commissioner Alyssa Grovero remarks, praising the U.S. military. Listen to this.
Well, I'm hoping that you all are going to interview him as well, and let him give you some more information and explain exactly what he means. He has to tell you whether or not, as a police officer, as a commissioner of police, that he also understands the importance of maintaining the rule of law. Right? I share the concern. Every single one of my colleagues here, the region shares the concern about drugs, about transshipment, about crime. All of us share that. But at the end of the day, Trinidad must not get a reputation that we, one, don't believe in CARICOM, and we just believe it's a free-for-all, and whatever, violent crimes, be violent, just attack whether or not you have the evidence. That's our main concern.
So Trinidad and Tobago, imagine this, Imagine this. She criticized the police commissioner and all. Why are you criticizing the police commissioner? The police commissioner is standing up for justice. What did Erla do? Could Penelope Beckles come out and tell us what was the result of Erla as a commissioner of police for Trinidad and Tobago did in 2 years? Can she say something? Can Penelope tell Trinidad and Tobago, well, you know what? There were too many crimes taking place in the country. Could she come out and say something like that? No, she would not say something like that. You know why? She was a minister in parliament under the PNM administration. At any point in time, while the citizens were crying out for help, did Penelope do anything or consult with the Minister of National Security? Did Penelope consult with the former Commissioner of Police? Did Penelope consult with the Prime Minister, the head of the National Security? Or the head of the Security Council, that, hey, you know what? There's too much crime in Trinidad and Tobago. What do we do? No, you rock back. You rock back. We have Dr. Rowley signing an agreement with the United States saying, I believe that in case of anything, U.S. could land troops in Trinidad. So why it is now that Penny coming out to ask the now Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa, if there is some sort of agreement with the US. Let me tell you something, it's about 4 months now they're in office. And the only agreement them signing is to better Trinidad and Tobago. Thus far, they ain't signed no military agreement with no country. Penelope, you're supposed to know that. Look, Saieed knows that. Imagine that. Saieed knows that. Hey, watch me now. But anyhow, Penelope, I understand that you are the leader of the opposition and you have nothing else to say but talk. And I understand that. I understand that. But when you're talking, make sense out of nonsense now, please. Everybody looking up to you. Everybody looking up. They want to know what is the opposition saying. Oh, by the way, we are not hearing the seniors or the executives of the PNM. We are not hearing Stuart Young. We're not hearing Marvin. We're not hearing, how the short man name again? Cloggenbird. Where are these peoples and them? How come we are not hearing anything from them? The only thing we are hearing is Penny and Penny and Penny. Where is the rest of them, Penny? Penny, where is your team? Where is your team, Penny? I am still waiting to hear the others. Marvin was a man up front. Where's Marvin? Marvin on vacation? Cloggenbird always like to be on the mic. I ain't hearing about Cloggenbird at all. These people take a back seat. Because I'll tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. When the PNM was governing Trinidad and Tobago, they were the up front. It's sad, It's sad. We're not hearing from the opposition. We only hear from the present administration and nothing from the opposition. Marvin was a former Minister of National Security. We ain't hearing Marvin saying nothing about the strike. We ain't hearing Marvin saying nothing about Venezuela. We ain't hearing Marvin saying nothing about, hey, if the strike was a legit strike or a fake strike. We ain't hearing nothing from Marvin. Marvin, where are you? Where's Cloggenbird? Since Cloggenbird said that the government is broke and they have no money, we haven't heard anything again from him. Because Cloggenbird was the Minister of Finance for 9 years. 9 years in Trinidad and Tobago. And if this government is broke, which means there was no growth for the last 9 years in the country. So I would like Cloggenbird now. All this boom and boom. And Madam Speaker, there's a change in the economy. And the economy is turning around, Madam Speaker. Cloggenbird, where are you? You're eating dumpling with baking powder in it? You continue chewing? It's sad. It's sad. You made a statement that embarrassed yourself. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to hear from the Venezuelan minister that the video is fake. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
throws you a curveball. And you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back.
So remember, viewers, Real Talk Financing is offering you 6% on a fixed deposit. This is the amount to make your fixed deposit at Real Talk Finance, viewers. 6% interest up front. Don't let September pass without you opening a fixed deposit and getting a 6% interest on that fixed deposit up front. Trinidad and Tobago, this is the only financial institution in this country that is allowing your money to work for you. Remember that. You already worked for your money, you know, and you have it put on in a financial institute, but the thing is, it's not working for you. You're not getting the interest that you're supposed to. Why not come down to Real Talk Financing, open a fixed deposit, and let your money work for you? Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Calling from Tunapuna.
Welcome.
Saeed, you know what is amazing? The PNM government, which Penelope Beckel is spearheading, is obsolete and is irrelevant. And I'll tell you why I feel that. She was under the stewardship of 3 Prime Ministers, Patrick Manning, Keith Rowley, and Stuart Young. And she could have never opened her damn mouth to ask a single question. Isn't that so, Saeed? Because all the issue with Kola Hart and the with Manning and the squandermania, the money, she couldn't ask a question. Then why didn't she ask Keith Rowley or Stuart Young what agreement that they signed with Maduro with respect to the drug and gas and the clause of secrecy and non-disclosure agreement and all that? She wouldn't open her mouth. But Saeed, I want to tell you something. When the Basil Pandey government was in power, they signed 2 agreements. One is the Treaty of Chapultepec, and the other one was the Shipwrighter Agreement. And all this has to do with the American and whatnot and things. So that in the event, if we find ourselves in a sticky spot, they would come to our assistance. You understand what I'm saying, Saeed?
Yes.
Then they've been our main trading partner because of our ammonia and methanol and all of that. The majority of that was exported to the American market. And that is the people who sustain our economy. To hear these hypocrites and them today, who benefited from that, especially PNM, who squandered all the oil booms and things that we had. Huh? The thing that Kevin Ramnaran was there.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, Venezuelan Minister of Communication and Information, Freddie Nanez, has described the video supposedly of the lethal strike on the narco-trafficking boat as fake, adding that the artificial intelligence generated footage lacked realistic details. The minister said that it seems that Marco Rubio continued to lie to his president Donald Trump after leading him into a dead end. He now offers him a video with AI as proof, thus proven. Nanas was referring to the announcement that the US military conducted a little strike in the Southern Caribbean against a drug vessel which had departed from Venezuela and was being operated by a designated narco-terrorist organization. In denouncing the video, Freddie added that based on the artificial intelligence platform Gemini, it's very likely that it was created using AI. He said there were multiple pieces of evidence suggested that it was AI generated. He cited the simplified, almost cartoonish animation and the realistic representation. So viewers, we are still waiting. We are still waiting for proper evidence of that still. Proper evidence. But nevertheless, it will come out. Remember, I just want to go back to our story, viewers, where Penelope was asking. Penelope is urging Prime Minister Kamala Persad to clarify any agreement between Trinidad and Tobago and the United States regarding U.S. operation in the Southern Caribbean. So viewers, look at this picture. Remember not too long ago when Dr. Rowley signed an agreement, Friday 13 December 2024. And I believed we wanted to find out if the U.S. military could enter Trinidad and Tobago in case of any war, in case of any fight with any Caribbean countries, or even Venezuela, Mexico, Colombia. Remember that? And the story was yes. Do you remember that? How many of you remember that? Look at there. So now for Penelope Beckers to be asking Kamala Persad that very same question, I mean, she's supposed to have her ducks in order. She's supposed to have her ducks in order. Imagine. Imagine. Look at that. Look at it on the screen. Look at them. So how could Penelope Beckers now ask Kamala Persad that? But we could keep our little source for another time. Criminologist Darius Figare has stated that Prime Minister Kamala Persad may have been misled by the U.S. government, prompting her kill all traffickers comment. He now warned the nation to prepare for a rough road ahead. Darius.
So the entire gambit in international waters off of Venezuela is a geopolitical play against China. And we have now been sucked in to a geopolitical morass with no clear benefit to us at a time when our nation is in an existential crisis.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, he said that Venezuela has the most effective program against drug trafficking. And now listen to this.
So what is happening in Venezuela today is that Venezuela has the most effective interdiction program against drug trafficking through its territory, that better than any other state in Latin America. So why would you want to change that regime?
And he's a criminologist. So viewers, we're going to bring more news to you as this topic unfolds and evidence comes out. So meanwhile, down in Cedros, the residents of Cedros and Icacos are now saying that the strike raised urgent concerns about the safety of fisher folks working close to Venezuelan water. Fisherman Tony recalled being at sea when the airstrike likely occurred. Sitting on a pirogue at Fullerton Bay yesterday, he admitted the incident left him concerned. For Icacos residents, Margaret, the proximity of her home to Venezuela is just half an hour across the sea is now unsettling. Listen to this.
My daughter, I'm from Chabones, really. My daughter told me, Mommy, if you hear anything more than that, get up there, because look at where we are. The sea's right out there. Venezuela is so much about a half an hour away from us.
Not all residents trust the official narratives. One Icacos villager is skeptical of Washington's action, asked why the government would support the U.S. strike. Others, like President Akash, sympathize with the fight against narcotics, but condemn the use of missiles at sea, saying such tactics risk killing innocent people. Listen to this.
They're supposed to know what they're doing, but that bomb thing, I feel it should not be so. You want the people that have helicopters, that have all different type of things, we can hold them. I think don't use a bomb because it can be fishermen and do that. I know everybody moving normal. We don't know for later on.
Now viewers, in Bosnia Village, Venezuelan-born fisherman Jesus Diaz said he was not worried about being caught in US-led operations since he does not venture beyond the Gulf of Paria. Well, thank God for that. At least he's safe. Jesus? Nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, listen to this, international news. US President Donald Trump stated that lethal strike against an alleged Venezuelan drug vessel on September 2nd would discourage cartels from trafficking drugs to the US. Speaking during a media conference at the White House on September 3rd, Trump was asked why the US did not intercept the boat and arrest those on board. He said, on the boat was massive amount of drugs. We have tapes of them speaking and massive amount of drugs. At a media conference, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was asked by a U.S. journalist if the U.S. warned the people in the boat to stop their activity and how the strike fits with the U.S. Congress authorizing for use of military force. The journalist also asked whether the U.S. had evidence that the people in the boat were armed or posed an immediate danger to the U.S. security personnel. Rubio said, the U.S. has been intercepting boats for many years, but this has not stopped the smuggling. Trinidad and Tobago, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, a rerun of this program tomorrow 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. We'll be back right here another night for a live show, Real Talk with Saieed. Until then, good night.